Oh, hey everybody, this is Aya of the Dawn. Thank you so much for joining me on this transit report and free astrology reading. This is my website, ayaofthedawn.com, where you can come and sign up for your readings. Aya of the Dawn, Modern Healing Utilizing Ancient Intimacy Technology. I am connected to my avatar, Mother, the Dawn Goddess, Aya, Ushas, Aurora, or Eos, whatever you want to call her, whatever from whatever culture. These are some of the articles I've written. I know I haven't, those of you who read my articles and stuff, I haven't been here in a while. I've been going through my own initiation and coming into acceptance of my next steps, which is offering mentorship to you. And so I've been checking my intent, checking it twice, checking my life, checking, and now I'm starting to get a million synchronicities, because honestly, that would probably be the only way I would move forward and do that, because I don't really look at myself like I am an expert at anything. I'm always still learning. I'm always still growing. And if you guys wanted to, you could research yourself or find your own synchronicities or go to someone else. So anyone who's emailed me and who has inadvertently just by contacting me ended up in some type of mentorship with me, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, thank you for allowing me to live out my archetype and avatar. That's what I really mean to say. Let's read these transits for the week. So there's, in the skies, there's a lot going on depending on how you look at it. I like to, I use astro.com, and I like to pull up dwarf planets, asteroids, hullabaloos, cannabacoos, hoody hoes, you know. But you can also just simply just look at the regular transits, and it's just like, like I pulled, this is my chart, just a real simple chart, nothing extra. And I'm like, wow, this is how I started, just with the regular planets. And that used to be a lot for me a long time ago, you know. But now I kind of need all of this. Like, and I'm like, oh, okay, now I have the picture. You know, you can even add even more. So let's look at the transits. And I just feel like it's good for all of us to learn together as much as we possibly can about ourselves, about the universe we're in, about the energies we're swimming in, how to utilize them. First of all, I see that the transits are in the north western hemisphere of the wheel, which is telling me that a lot of our energies are focused on social issues within ourselves and with other people. We're meeting our soul tribe. We're getting involved. We are canceling seasons. We are we are standing up for our rights. Look at Lilith in Aquarius, conjunct the sun. We are in an uprise and heading towards our healing exodus here with Vesta connected to Mercury in Pisces. Now, after Mercury moves on to Aries, sometime next month, we'll wake up and we'll be like, Lord, what was I deep swimming, deep diving into? What was I thinking? What was I saying? Was that a dream? Was that me? But it's part of your initiation. It's part of you. You're becoming a fanatic. Okay, you didn't know. You didn't know about this world. I'm talking to a lot of you, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's a whole new world. Yes, you're like fiending for meaning, fiending for your true self. Your ancestors are calling out to you, and it's amazing to watch. I love it. I am in love. I am a mother archetype, and I'm here to assist you in any way I possibly can. I am going through my own journeys as well, and so I'm not perfect. I'm not, and none of the gods and goddesses are on any level. All the gods and goddesses don't get along. If you study mythology, you will find that out for yourself. Okay. Um, study, study, study. Because here with Mercury and Pisces, you can get into your guru mode. Like I want to find a guru, And there's a lot of people that offer you a lot of things. And there's like rabbit holes to jump down into. And then you'll pop up and you'll be disenfranchised. And I hear people say, I'm disappointed. They're not who I thought they were. Honey, nobody is. With Mercury and Pisces, your perception is a bit dreamy. You see what you want to see. You're hoping to find the Christ that is on the outside of you because you don't like yourself right now. You don't like your perception. You're hoping to escape your own perception here. And you're devoted to escaping your perception. Well, this will lead you to your healing. That's okay. It'll also lead you to your downfall, which will also lead you to your healing. And that's okay. Mother Nature is always in a perpetual state of healing. There is nothing on this plane that isn't always going through a life cycle. Dying, being reborn, then dying again, becoming anew, getting stress, receiving stress, pressure to evolve. After you evolve, one part of you dies, another part of you begins. And on goes the wheel. On goes the circle, and on goes your journey. It's part of growing up. Instead of you projecting your fears and flaws and deeper issues and self-hatred and addictions, which is all Pisces energies, onto gurus and to your teachers and to people who are saying, hey, I'm here to help, you'll begin to, after you get finished being disenfranchised, you'll begin to take more responsibility. Let's move from Pisces onto Aries, into a more mundane areas of your life. You see here you have Mars, the Moon, and Uranus. Now, look at my calendar. Okay, so this week is Valentine's Day for those of us who participate in those types of rituals. Okay, be sure that you bring spirit into any ritual that you participate in. Bring spirit into your love life. Bring spirit into your sexual union. That means make it a prayer. How do you make something a prayer? You say thank you to spirit. You include the energies, the elements, the angels, your guides. Now that doesn't sound sexy, does it? But, it's the truth. You're using the power of creation. You are doing something that sparks creation of universes, So you want to make sure that you're with someone that you can pray with, that you can join into a circle of ritual. And dedication and wisdom and knowledge and understanding. Or else maybe you're not with the right partner, which is a totally different subject. But here, Mars is going to be conjunct Uranus on the 13th. And that means potential uprisings within yourself and within our society. Uranus is a very expansive planet. It's mass consciousness. So be sure that you protect yourself by being aware of what's going on within you. I mean, it's already a shadowing of the energies of what's going on. People are getting fed up with the way things are and ready to be free. So you might see things happening around the world where people are expressing this energy. And it might not be in the most responsible way, because Mars is about that action, and Uranus is as well. And you put it together and you can have a potential explosion that may or may not be for, you know, the most wise interactions between energies. That's a nice way of putting it. And you don't want to get caught up in that. So be aware of that. But Mars moves pretty fast, so it'll move past Aries and go to Taurus the next day, because it's going to be right at the end of Aries, 30 degrees, 29 degrees, and then it's going to move forward. Where's my ephemeris? Look at my dates. For real, for real, for real, for real, for real, for real, for real. Mars, February 13th. Yep, on the 13th it'll be, on the 13th and the 14th it'll be at 29 degrees, and then on the 15th, which is Friday, Mars will be entering into Taurus. Mars will be entering into Taurus, which means more stability, and your grind and your hustle to make money will be going well. That's a good placement for Mars energy. Also, you know, you might, you know, I guess you'll just have a stubborn will power towards what you want, because Taurus energy is also super stubborn about what it wants, and what's what it wants, how it wants it. And once it's food, mostly you want food, you know. I mean, but Taurus, when it gets down to disciplining itself, that's a great energy to be in. And it's also very passionate sexual energy as well, very earthy and connected with the body. It's Venetian energy, so it likes his pleasures a lot. So you can overindulge in pleasure as well. Be careful with that, especially those of you on the spiritual path. I always recommend, while you're detoxing and changing perceptions and initiating, that you're celibate anyway. Unless you get other instruction from your guides, to maybe use some type of tantric sex to lift your energies higher and help you heal. Taurus is very healing energy as well. But I mean, me personally, when I'm healing and when I am not in a healthy relationship, I am celibate. I'm celibate. Because it saves my power, my energy. It's so great for creating the life that I want, healing myself, staying focused. I really hone in and getting good with loving myself and my energies. What else is going on? Now I was taking a look over here up at the 10th house, and well, not necessarily the 10th house, but Capricorn and these Sagittarius energies here with Venus, Saturn, and Pluto. And we talked about Venus a couple of times already. But with with Neptune here in Pisces, sextiling this Saturn energy, a lot of us are deciding that we want to be true to ourselves and to what Spirit is calling for us to do. And we're tired of, working like a slave and not being fulfilled. So it's a great time for you to find meaning in your life. And I'm going to make a video about just how to do that, because there are very specific ways beyond your birth chart that can assist you, and that's going to be part of the mentoring training program that I make up. Basically, how to connect with your avatar, and as one person I heard call it, your spiritual parents. Okay, let's move on. Now we're at 16 minutes, and I'm going to start reading this young lady's chart. Let me get to my notes. Alright, you have a T-square chart, which means that there's a lot of pressure. You see that here? Your ascendant, right on your ascendant. Okay, which is the focal point of your T-square. Your identity, your soul purpose, what you give off. And and it's connected to a square of Neptune for you in Capricorn, which opposes Cancer and Chiron. And it's right on the cusp for you. It is not directly on your midheaven or directly on your Icoli, your place of home. This is your midheaven, which is your purpose, your career. This is your ascendant. I don't know if you know these things, that's why I'm telling you. Which is your I say your identity more than your the first impression people get. It's really the energy that's kind of solidified like through your face. Like people can see that energy coming through. I have a son. I have a son in Scorpio, but my ascendant is in Virgo. So people will be like, "Oh, I thought you were Virgo." So I am reserved and shy, like up front, for the most part, unless you like catch me outside. How about that? I don't mean like in a fighting fashion. I mean like maybe like performing. There's lots of ways and areas in my life, like doing stuff like this, where people be like, I don't want to say that you're shy, but I am. It takes a lot for me to it took a lot for me. It takes a lot of thinking, which is very Virgo, for me to like actually put anything out there in the world. I'm like, oh, the universe be like, you are running out of time, you need to do it, and I'm still like dragging my feet, because I'm like, because low key I don't like sharing myself. Okay, Neptune, not because I don't love you, all of you, but I'm very, 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 very like painfully private. Alright, Neptune opposition Chiron. Okay, baby girl, you experience a lot of pressure to transmute and transform energies, which will turn into you helping other people transform their energy. with them just being around you, the conviction you have to go after your own healing is inspirational to people. And you may feel like, just damned to be tied, frustrated, and tired of your issues because they're like always in your face. This nagging energy that you feel like you're not enough, because Capricorn energy, Saturn energy mixed with Neptune will make you feel like you aren't enough, you're not doing enough, you can't do enough. And then to have it be in opposition to Chiron, it'll be like, I'm not enough because I'm wounded when it comes to my voice and communication. And it seems, let me see where your moon is before I talk about Cancer. It seems like you didn't get enough mothering, nurturing. I don't want to say that completely because it's like right on the cusp right here. Which will leave you with a sense of, I'm not good enough. Anytime a child doesn't get the loving and mothering that they need, the comfort they need, their childhood needs met, it makes you feel like something's wrong with you. So you'll always be searching through, and it looks like you'll be searching through your identity. So you might do things that are out of character, just so that you can find some type of security. Because everywhere you look inside yourself, there's pressure to conform, which is very Capricorn energy. It's just kind of like, okay, this is how we do things. And it seems like maybe that's all that was cared about in your family system, how things are done, as opposed to how things aren't done. The perception and the perspective you needed to have, or the dreams you need to go after, the person you need to be when you grow up, not the person you want to be. And I see here that to break out of that mode, you would have to go into spirituality and really look into your connection to collective consciousness. You may see things before they actually happen in the world, as far as trends go. Pisces here with your North Node will kind of give you this visionary key to where you're like on trend before the trend actually happens. You'll be like, oh, why didn't I do that idea? This looks like a creative outlet for you. Also with Seers here in the 12th house as well. In Aries, you're also very protective of yourself, of your identity. You have this motherly, protective, herbal energy here that you can use as a creative outlet to maybe sell your own handmade products. Aries is about the head, maybe being a leader and helping people heal as you learn how to heal yourself. Chiron is the wounded healer. Oftentimes where we feel the most hurt and wounded and crippled, we'll find our healing when we help reassure other people. You can reassure other people that they have a great listener in you, that they have a mothering nurturer within you, and that'll help you see the things that you didn't get and maybe teach you how to give those things to yourself. Connected to your Chiron here is Venus, not too far away. You really do love communicating, and you really do like your siblings, if you have any, because the third house is about your siblings and your relatives, and You really get comfort from being around family members and your neighbors and just being at home. You're very committed to your home life and being a mother. You might dream of being a mother one day. That may be like one of the things that really anchors you. And this also shows that your mother was committed to being a mother. She was committed to being a mother. She might have been distant in her head, being that your moon is in Gemini, but nevertheless, she meant well. She meant well. Anytime you have Neptune and Capricorn energy, the people always mean well. The means of them going about it may have been very heavy-handed when it comes to discipline. To your soul, it's like a hammer crushing a cotton. There's no need for it. It's like there was no need for all of that. And the funny thing is, with sensitive people, as sensitive as you may be, you're still strong enough to break free and use your willpower to heal this energy. This is an initiation point for you. This may be a point of great suffering, but it's also a point of great initiation. Well, you will find your power. Most of the time within ourselves where there's powerlessness, is also great potential for amazing power as you surrender to your soul purpose, your spirit, your connection to the universe. You'll also find autonomy. Autonomy. Meaning you won't be controlled by the puppet strings and emotional ties to people and situations that might keep you focused on chaotic drama that really just keeps going around in circles. You won't be able to be satisfied with a "I'm sorry" or anything like that. That won't satisfy you. The only thing that'll satisfy you is to release attachment. And how do you do that? How do you do that? Well, there's lots of methods. There's lots of ways. There's somatic healing. There is Reiki healing. And I know for sure with Neptune energy, it's a body connection. However it is that you were reared, it's connected to the muscles and cells of your body. So it would be helpful for you to not only go at it from, I need to talk about this. You can journal about it, but also get the energies moving in your body as well. Exercise will be a great point of movement for you. Because with Mars connected to Aries, you can be very rebellious against this pressure. You may feel so much pressure, you feel like you're going to explode. And people may not understand. Aries is like the dark goddess, closely connected to Lilith. But I feel like Aries is more like the Joker from Batman, because she'll take revenge, in a very sinister way. So you have to really watch that within yourself. The impulsiveness to take revenge on people who you feel like try to stop you from moving how you want to move in your life. Because that's really one of the most important things to you, is expressing your will through your identity. And with that, my love, we're going to end this reading. If you would like a more personal reading from me, because that was very personal, feel free to contact me, anyone. Again, this is my website, Eye of the Dawn, where I utilize modern healing. Well, modern healing utilizing ancient intimacy technology. Peace to you. Bye for now.